If two sellers both sold to investors, why did one lose thousands while the other got a fair deal? The answer is in the strategy, and today I'm showing you exactly how it happened. We're comparing two recent sales, both sold to investors. One investor did work to it, flipped it properly. The other just relisted it for more with zero work. Okay, both of these properties were located in suburbs outside of Chicago. And in all my other videos, I've been showing you how sellers have been losing money by selling to these we buy as is for cash, and they make it sound so great. So, first, I'm going to show you another one of those where the seller left money on the table. Then I'm going to show you the other one where the seller did sell to an investor. It was a private sale, but that seller must have actually known value of their property, and we'll show you what happened with that one. But let's start with the first one. Okay, this first property was a brick and vinyl ranch built in 1976, 3 bedrooms, 3 full baths, 2 car attached garage, a full finished basement, and around 1,400 square feet on the main level. Okay, you can see here from the public record that this investor purchased the property for $209,000 on January 15th of 2025. Okay, so this investor put it back on the market February 13th in the MLS with a realtor. And they always push about, oh, you don't have any realtor fees or anything like that. Well, why do they always list with a realtor? To get more exposure and a better price. So let me show you the description. Okay, you can see from the description on here, they list it as incredible investment opportunity. And they're also selling it as is, and the buyer is responsible for completing any inspection items from the town, because some suburbs do inspections and things have to be brought up to code, but most of the towns will allow usually a buyer to assume them. So now we know not only are they selling it as is, but there's also repairs from the town that need to be done that they're not even doing, that they're leaving that for the buyer to do. Okay, so you know they're selling it as is, and now we know that there's repairs that are required from the town. So there are certain things that the buyer is going to have to pay for. Let me show you some quick interior photos and then show you what it sold for. Okay, you can see from the pictures, nothing was updated. Maybe there were belongings left in the house for them to remove, because that's one of the things that they offer. There's a good chance that this could have been an estate sale, and why anybody with an estate sale would leave it up to somebody else to remove everything, because you never know where people have valuable stuff hidden. I've seen it happen before. And they listed this, they had this back up on the market in less than a month after purchasing it. So let me show you what they sold it for. Okay, remember, they paid $209 for it. They put it on the market February 13th for $289,900. It was on the market, I think, 9 days, and they sold it for full asking price, $289,900. Okay, so for this one, they listed it for $80,000 more than the fair offer they gave to the original seller. So they did no remodeling, no fixing. They listed it back on the market less than a month as is. And on top of the as is, now there were city repairs that the buyer had to assume along with it. And they sold it for $80,000 more. So do you think that that price that they gave the seller was a fair cash offer? I don't think it was fair. I think the seller lost $80,000 on this property. That's why you should always speak to a realtor first and find out the true fair market value in as is condition. Because even if they cleaned stuff out of the house, I'm sorry, that does not justify $80,000. They gave the seller a lowball offer and they made a huge profit for themselves. But now let me show you the next property. Okay, this next property was a colonial built in 1985, just over 1,800 square feet, 4 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, full unfinished basement. So now let me show you what the seller sold to the investor for. Okay, and this also was an off MLS sale, so it was a private sale, but this investor purchased this property for $325,000 on October 1st of 2024. Okay, so the investor that purchased this property did not put it up on the MLS back for sale for about 4 months. So let me show you the description and some photos real quick. Okay, you can see here from the description, move-in ready, 2-story home, huge fence backyard, a blank canvas with new neutral paint and flooring, white trim and cabinets, electrical and lighting updates throughout, full basement with rough-in for bathroom, and a 2-car garage. So this investor did some work. That's why it took 4 months to go back on the market. So let's take a quick look at the photos. Okay, I'm sure you could tell by looking at the photos. You can see why it was 4 months before this investor put the property back on the market, because they completely redid everything. They updated electric, they updated plumbing, they even roughed in plumbing in the unfinished basement. So whoever buys it, if they want to finish the basement, the plumbing is already roughed in there to put another bathroom. So let's take a look at what it sold. Okay, after they put it on the market, it was on the market for a whole 5 days. They listed it for $435,000 and it sold for list price $435,000. Okay, so this investor sold it for $110,000 more than what they paid for it. But they can justify that because they did a lot of work in the property. I don't have a problem with people making money that way. What is a big pet peeve for me are these companies that are giving lowball offers, convincing people that that's their fair market value, doing absolutely nothing, putting it back on the market and making a huge profit. So in this second property, I don't think that the seller lost money. they probably really did sell for fair market value for the condition that it was in. So, what's the key takeaway here? Not all investors are the same. Some just flip the contract while others actually improve the home. If you're selling as is, knowing your buyer's strategy can save you thousands. You can avoid losing money by getting a real market analysis, understanding investor offers, and you might consider listing instead because you don't want to leave money on the table. If you're thinking of selling but unsure what your home is really worth, let's talk before you leave money on the table. You could click the link in the description to schedule a free consultation. I would be happy to help you determine what your property is actually worth. If you found this eye opening and informative, please hit like and subscribe for more real estate truths that will help protect your wallet. So, no more sellers leaving money on the table. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you'll be back for another video.